Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another pick a card reading. This reading we are going to see what we are thankful for and what we are taking for granted because 'tis the season. So I have a few decks in each pile here. One deck will refer to what you're thankful for. The other tarot deck will refer to what you are taking for granted. And then the oracle decks here will kind of confirm or see what other information we need to bring to light. All right, guys. So if you've not done a pick a card reading before, we have 3 piles here in front of you. This would be pile number 1 with the desert rose, pile number 2 with the aquamarine. Ooh, out of the light there we go. And pile number 3 with the smoky quartz. So all I ask before you pick your pile is that you take a couple deep breaths, get into a calm, centered state, and then kind of let your intuition choose for you instead of going to whatever stone you think is prettiest, which you can do, but it works best. The information will get to you and be more relatable if you choose with your gut or your intuition. So again, this is pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. And the timestamps will be down below in the description box, so you can easily skip ahead to your group or groups, whichever you decide to choose. Feel free to pick more than one. So those will be down in the description box below. With that being said, I think we will go ahead and move on to group number 1. All right. Hello, group number 1. Those of you who have chosen the desert rose, let's see what the cards have to say for you. All right, so I'm going to start with your tarot cards first, and your Everyday Witch Tarot. We have 8 of Wands, 4 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, and then we have the 7 of Swords here. These are what you are thankful / grateful for. So the 8 of Wands is normally talking about speed and travel and things coming quickly. So possibly in the recent past, things were moving along slowly for you. Things didn't really go the way they planned, and they weren't picking enough speed for you, and you were kind of running out of patience. So they finally picked up. They are finally moving fast. This could also be good news that has traveled to you quickly or recently. 4 of Pentacles, this can be a miserly kind of greedy card, but I think this for you is just finally that you're feeling stable with your money and your financial situation. You finally feel that you planted the seeds to get back the return. You know, you're harvesting what you've planted. You've worked really hard for your financial situation, and it's paid off for you, and you are feeling prideful, not necessarily greedy about it. I feel like this is more of, you know, I'm finally at the state in my life where I can say, yes, I can spend a little extra money here if I need to, or, you know, I can treat myself a little bit more. I can treat my family because I'm able to at this point in my life. You've worked hard enough. You're good. Like, you're grateful for that. I mean, who wouldn't be? 10 of Cups, this is a card that speaks about happy home life, happy like fulfillment in every sense of the word that involves emotion and your love life and your family life. Like, you're grateful for, you know, your happy home life. And this is wonderful to see. This is fantastic. So things seem to be going well in your department there. And, you know, who wouldn't feel absolutely blessed and grateful? You know, food is on the table, loved ones around, like everybody's in a good mood. We've got a lounging cat, like the good life, right? So then we have the 7 of Swords. This one can be kind of tricky. This is considered the thievery card. This is, you know, taking what's not yours, or kind of trying not to get caught. But in this particular spread and in this, what we're dealing with here with being grateful, I really feel like this is more saying you're grateful that you took the risk. There was something that you did that that was kind of risky, maybe for you. Maybe it was stepping out of your comfort zone. Maybe it was, really like putting yourself out there, and you made the decision to take that risk because you could have lost it all type of a situation. And it really benefited you in the long run. It made everything move a lot quicker, and everybody's happy, healthy, and doing well. Okay? That's what I see for what you're grateful for. For what you're taking for granted, we have the Herbcrafter's Tarot, and we have the Page of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, Six of Cups, Nine of Swords, and Four of Cups. Okay, so we got a few extra cards, or one extra card here. So when I shuffle, I just kind of take the cards that fall out and jump out at me. I feel like those are the ones that have been more accurate for you guys. So I kind of just use those. If they've jumped out, I'm taking them and using them here because somebody needed this message. So, and again, if it's not resonating with you, it's meant for somebody else. Just take what does, and know that there was a message in here for you somewhere, and it might make sense later on. So with the Page of Pentacles, I think you are, taking for granted that you've worked so hard. Like maybe you've come a little complacent, and that seems to be the case with this Four of Cups here. This is kind of talking about discontentment or boredom. So I feel like maybe you're taking for granted the fact that you worked so hard to get to this position, to get to your contentment. Now you're in this state of like, okay, everything's good, everything's fine, like everybody's happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. But you're taking for granted a little bit, I feel, or maybe you're not realizing that you are. But with this Four of Cups here and the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is a very hardworking card, a very practical card, a very studious card. So you're not really, you're kind of not learning anything from this. Like, yeah, it's great that, you're having this great life right now, but you need to keep getting on it. You need to keep pushing forward. You need to step out of your comfort zone a little bit more each time, because this could go away. Nothing's set in stone, right? So you want to, harsh, words, but if you're feeling boredom and discontentment, push harder, step out of your comfort zone a little bit more. So you're kind of taking that hard work for granted, I feel. Some of you are just bored with being content. Sometimes we just get complacent, like this is my life now, and, I'm going to do what I got to do. Nothing out of the ordinary ever happens anymore. So it's kind of taking that risk and, stepping out of what you normally would do and take that risk. Again, you took this risk to get to where you are. So then we have the Six of Pentacles. This is talking about give and take, giving and receiving, right? So this, so you're taking for granted, possibly the people who have helped you get to this point, or yourself even, the steps it took. Six of Pentacles it talks about charity and generosity. And so maybe there were people in your life that have supported you while you were going through, your struggling times, or, think of it this way, like, maybe you had your mom watch your kids while you were late night studying, or late night, putting in the hours for internship, excuse me. And now that you've gotten, you're out of the internship, you got a job and things are great, you're not going and visiting her as much as you used to, right? So you're kind of taking that for granted, some of you. That's just an example. So think of it that way. People or things that have helped you get to where you are, if you're not really reciprocating that relationship, you need to get back on that and send out a line, I'm just the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger, okay? So then we have the Six of Cups, which is all about nostalgia. And childhood imagination, like things in the past. And so again, that makes me think of my last example of like family. Maybe you're not seeing your friends or your family enough and you're taking them for granted, or maybe you only see them or talk to them when you need something. So reach out just to see how they're doing, what they need. Again, it's a give and take situation, give and take. Relationships, no matter what the specifics, yeah. No matter whether it's a relationship with a significant other, a friendship, or a family member, it's a give and take. So, reach out. Don't take your loved ones for granted, especially if you're doing great. Maybe they're not doing so great, right? 'Tis the season to reach out and to help others. And then we have the Nine of Swords. So this is normally a card that talks about being anxious, possibly depressed, in that state of mind where you're just frazzled and anxiety driven and, depressed state, right? Like things aren't going your way. So I think in this situation, you're not, you need to let go of things that you can't control, right? So like all of this happened because you took some sort of a risk. I'm assuming for most of you, that's what this is going towards. So had you not taken the risk, had you controlled everything, you wouldn't be in this happy state of mind, right? So let go of things that you cannot control, that you cannot, micromanage. It's going to make your state of mind that much better. We as human beings cannot possibly control every little thing in our lives. It's impossible. So managing the things that you can change, that you can control, such as your outlook on things, your outlook on people, your outlook on yourself, and what you do in your situation, that's going to help you incredibly because you'll realize that, you don't need to micromanage, and you got to let go. Think of everything around you. This energy is always constantly ebbing and flowing, right? We have good days, we have bad days. We can't control which day we're going to have. We can only control if we put a smile on our face, right? So think about it that way. So let's look at your oracle cards here. We have Dispirited, St. John Worts for your Kitchen Witch. Is it Kitchen Witch Oracle? Yeah. Witch's Kitchens, excuse me. And then we have Recovery, Arnisha. Oh, gosh, me and my pronunciation. Okay, and for our Everyday Witch Oracle, we have Rebirth and Reinvention and Plant the Seeds. Oh my gosh, I was talking about planting the seeds, wasn't I? I can't make this up. Okay, so we need to still plant the seeds, okay? We can't just be complacent. You're taking that for granted, okay? Don't be complacent in where you are. Yes, enjoy it. Yes, revel and relish in the fact that you are, you made it. You're being so successful right now. Everything's, coming up you. But that might not last. Like things, again, with the energy ebbing and flowing, right? So plant more seeds. Keep it growing, keep it going, okay? Rebirth and Reinvention. So I feel like this is where you were previously before, and then you took that risk. You are now, you've reinvented yourself, right? I feel like, yeah, you guys were in a place where it wasn't your cup of tea. It wasn't where you wanted to be, and you took a risk with whatever it was. It could have been as small as like applying for one certain job, or it could have been as big as taking that internship and, putting in long hours, and now like you're a nurse. I don't know. Things are coming out of my mouth. So you reinvented yourself to get to the successful place that you are today. So I feel like that's confirmation here. Recovery. So this is a huge one. I feel like everybody needs to hear recovery, self-care every single time. It's all like in my personal readings that I do for other people, physically, not online. Self-care always comes up. We as a society right now, we don't put enough time and care and effort into our own self-care. We feel like we don't have the time. We feel like we don't have the energy. And I mean, let's face it, some of us are working 2 to 3 jobs. We have families. Where do you find the time, right? But you need to carve out a little bit. Somewhere there is time. There's 5 minutes somewhere in your day that you can take just for yourself. If it's just sitting alone for 5 minutes in a closet, like a broom closet, just to sit there, just to be quiet, that's self-care. You know, you don't have to take it to the extreme of the face mask, the pedicure, the jet tub. Take time for yourself. Take 5 minutes. Start with 1 minute and then go up from there, Recovery. Things were happening really fast here with this 8 of Wands. Things happened really quick for you guys. So I feel like you haven't had time to just take a seat and look at how amazing things have been for you and how successful things have been. So make sure you do that. Make sure you take some time out, take some you time, and really, enjoy the fact that, things are going so great for you. And then we have Dispirited. So I feel like I need the little booklet here. I just want to make sure that I'm thinking the right thing. I don't use this quite nearly enough. This is St. John's Wort, so 96. Okay. So forgive me while I read you this little thing, but I just want to make sure you're getting accurate information from me. So this says, a bitter disappointment has left you disheartened, and you just can't seem to shake off the blues. When optimism is discouraged, you find it hard not to feel demoralized, which has invited in gloomy outlook as well as a few sleepless and worrisome nights. However, all is not lost. When your hope has been shattered and you're feeling downright miserable, just reach for my bright yellow flowers to restore your formerly sunny disposition. The effectiveness of my antidepressant properties will cheer you up in no time, and soon your natural sparkle will return to you in full, as I spirit away any feelings of guilt and lack of self-worth. Take care not to tread on me, or a fairy house may steal you away. Drink me as a tea to soothe rheumatism, neuralgia, and the symptoms of menopause, or place me in the garden and I'll attract bees to color up your life as soon as you begin to blossom again. Okay, so if anybody needed to hear that message, but I really do feel like this has to be, this goes along with the 4 of Cups here very well. Sometimes we can get a little negative, we can get a little down, especially when we're stressed. We get dispirited, obviously. So just don't take too much for granted, or you might wind up here a little bit more, okay? All right, so I'm gonna look and see if I see any other things here that I forgot to mention or didn't see before. Yeah, I see a lot of, this is not like intentional. I feel like, you not reaching out, or you not giving back, or, that sort of thing with your loved ones, like we were talking about. I don't feel like you guys are intentionally doing that. I feel like time has definitely got away from you. You've got busy. Things happen. So don't feel like I am chastising you in any way. Just everything that I say, use it as fuel to help you through, or just a reminder. So whatever I say, take it with a grain of salt. If it, matches up with what you're feeling, awesome. If not, it was meant for somebody else. So yeah, you guys are really hardworking. You're still hardworking. I feel like, some of you may have gotten really complacent, but like you really need a fire lit under you a little bit more. You need to plant those seeds. All right. Yeah, you guys, I feel like a lot of you took risks. You stepped out of your comfort zone and things started moving really, really fast for you. But all in all, like, this is all positive. What this spread was meant for was to kind of pull away the veil of what you might be taking for granted. Like, you already know that, you're thankful and grateful for all of this, but sometimes life gets busy and we forget about other things. And this is just merely a reminder to maybe check in and think, and, hopefully this will work out for you guys. All right, I think that's all I see for you. If this has helped you in any way, let me know down in the comments what group you picked, and leave me a thumbs up if it helped, if you enjoyed it. And then also, if you've not yet subscribed, go ahead and do that as well. I have more pick cards, tarot and oracle deck reviews, and crafting videos on my channel. So subscribe. We'd love to have you here. And as always, thank you so much for spending time with me. And you have yourself a wonderful rest of your day, night, week, wherever we're at. All right. Bye-bye, group 1. All right. Hello, group 2. Oh, excuse me. I had to take a drink. How are we doing? Hope all is well. Those of you who chose the aquamarine, let's dive into what your cards have to say. So first, we'll take a look at your Everyday Witch Tarot to see what you are grateful for. So we have the Two of Swords, the Strength card, all right, Three of Wands, Five of Wands, and Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so as always, take whatever resonates with you, whatever sticks with you. If it doesn't, it was meant for somebody else. I get messages, things I start saying, and they might not make sense to you, but they make sense to somebody. So just throwing that out there. So looking here, this is what you are grateful for. So you had to make a choice. It was a pretty big choice. Two of Swords is like a crossroads. Okay, so it's a huge choice that you had to make, and you're very grateful that you had to make that choice, that you chose right. Okay, so it's very much it was a hard decision that you had to make, but it worked out in the long run, and you are so grateful that you made that decision. The Strength card, you are grateful for your resilience and your strength, and having the strength to make that decision possibly is what I'm getting. Having the strength to put up with maybe the fallout from having to make that decision. Having the strength to walk away from something that could have possibly been, to somebody else the right choice. Strength is a huge card. It's a huge tell card for me of the kind of character that you are. It's a wonderful card to show up in a reading about a person, because you guys have been put through the ringer, or you feel like you have been put through the ringer, and you've risen up to the occasion, and you fought back, and you made it through. So without me getting all, crazy ramble, this is amazing. It was basically what I'm trying to say is it was a hard choice that you had to make, and you rose to the occasion. So Three of Wands, this talks about having the success from those decisions, from those foresights that you had to plan where you were going and what you were doing. So I feel like you're very grateful for everything that has happened the way that it has happened for you, right? Does that make sense? I think you are a planner, and you like to have things step by step. I'm very much the same way. I like spontaneity, but if I'm planning out my future, I want to have steps, and I want to be guided toward that. So I feel like with this card, you've had to have planned out. You had to have, been like, okay, if I make this decision, what's the next step? What's the next plan? What is ABC? What is the conditions? What, that sort of a thing. And having that foresight to do so has helped you out, and you're already reaping rewards from that. You've been successful, and you're grateful that you have taken those steps. The Five of Wands, this can talk about competition and conflict, possible fighting. Well, obviously fighting, they're arguing, right? But I look at it as, since we're talking about what you're grateful for, this could be you're grateful to have that competition, the second choice, the competing ideas that you probably had. Swords talks, that suit is a lot about communication and thought and mind. So I feel like, sorry, let me adjust my light here. I feel like you guys have had a lot of thought into everything that has gone in here. You put a lot of thought and effort into it. You thought out every single possible situation. And so having a little bit of competition drove you to make your choice, right? Like, a little competition never hurt anybody. But it's when you focus on the competition and, the bad of the outcome or losing or that sort of thing, that's when things go south. But it's like having two businesses that are the same. So it's like, having two hair salons on the same business street, right? It's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's nice to have that competition because it makes you guys do better. You always want to do better than your competition. So it pushes you to do better. It drives you to do better. And so I feel like that's what you're grateful for here, that you had that drive and you had that necessary fire lit underneath you to get moving and to go and to go pursue whatever this is. And then for some of you, I really feel like this is grateful for your very opinionated family. I mean, I'm getting it. If that's registering with you, let me know down in the comments, because that's kind of like being screamed at me right now, is that you guys are very, very grateful that your family had opinions. And I think it had to do with this decision. So they did not hold back. They were like, this is what's going to happen. This is, choice. If you went with this choice or did this decision, I feel like they were very, very vocal about what they thought about this. And I think that you're very, very grateful that they, spoke out and they didn't hold it in, because it helped you put things in perspective. And then we have Miss Queen of Pentacles here, Miss Practicality and Miss Lap of Luxury herself. So you are grateful for the life that this has provided for you. This decision, this choice, this road that you went down had a very, very positive outcome, right? You're sitting pretty, you're able to afford the things you need. Oh, my dogs are going crazy. They are playing. I'm so sorry. But yeah, so you're very, very happy, sitting pretty, and you're very grateful that you're able to do this, because, not a lot of people can. You're able to treat yourself, but you still have that practicality mindset of okay, well, if I spend this much, I can't do it next week or next paycheck, if I treat myself this month, I gotta wait till next month, or I'm putting this much into savings. So you're very practical about how you spend your money. You're very practical about how you spend your time. And this has given you afforded you the opportunity to live the way that you do, which is fantastic. This could also talk about health situation as well. So being very practical about your health. So you are completely fine, happy, healthy, and wise. So just wanted to throw that out there. I had to mention it. So this is what I see for you for being grateful. This was the easy part, right? You kind of figured this is what you're grateful for. You already kind of knew. But let's take a look at and see and lift the veil a little bit about what you are taking for granted. Because believe it or not, we all take something for granted, and a lot of it is without knowing. So we have the Star. This is from your Herbcrafter Tarot. Page of Wands. 9 of Wands. Okay. 8 of Swords. And we have Adelita. This is the Knight of Cups. So again, when I do these pick a card readings, mostly they are the cards that have popped out of the deck because it seems like those are messages that people have been needing to hear. So I take those. So that's why there's more on this than there is of that. So they seem to be more accurate. They're messages for certain people. So again, take what resonates. So what you're taking for granted. So the hope and the guidance that have gotten you here, you're kind of taking that for granted right now. So there have been divine, like most of you, and I know everybody believes in something a little bit different, but you have been divinely guided to this point. Okay. You were asking for divine help, whether it was, whatever religion it was, you were asking for the universe, for God, whatever, to help you make this decision. And now you are kind of putting your worship or your, I'm just going to say worship. You're putting that on the back burner. Okay. So just remember that you were divinely guided, that you were being helped, that think of the star as like the North Star, and that you were to follow that. Okay. I'm not preaching anything. I'm just saying that if you are religious in some way, shape, or form, you are now putting that guidance on the back burner, or that worship. This could also be guidance from family, friends, from a boss, somebody else that you asked for help, or they were helping you along this process, and now they have kind of taken a back seat in your life. Okay, so we have kind of like two sets of people here, the ones that ask for religious help and the ones that ask for more practical help. Okay, but in both cases, you're putting it on the back burner and you're not really being grateful for it. You're kind of taking it for granted. Okay, and then the Page of Wands, this is like childlike adventure, like wonderment. The energy of a child, like how they're just like, go, 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 go. Wanting that adventure, okay? So you've kind of taken for granted the wonderment and the creativity and the just amazement that life can be. I mean, I know you're probably incredibly busy with all of this going on. Excuse me. But excuse me, these allergies. But you also need to remember to keep that amazement, to keep that adventure quality, because I feel like that's kind of where this has led you, right? Like you were going on an adventure with whatever road you chose. So keep that excitement, and also the people around you that helped you through, or that were guiding you, or, cheering you on. Like, get back to that. The 9 of Wands, this is talking about perseverance and dedication, right? This is all about when you fall down, you get back up, that sort of a energy, right? So when this comes up, when I see this as you're taking it for granted, this card right here is a huge deal, okay? You have the strength to keep getting back up, to keep moving forward, to charge forth and really, bring you everything you need. You have it within you. You have that fire, that, the energy of a lion, the strength of a lion, however you want to put it. This is a huge deal. That's kind of what this card is like too. Like, this is talking about having that perseverance, that drive, that, being defensive about yourself, going forth and doing that. I feel like maybe you've lost a little bit of that for granted, your perseverance. Maybe you're feeling a little less than. So tap back into that energy, okay? And this 8 of air here, 8 of swords. So this is a card that talks about feeling trapped. This talks about feeling really confined. So honestly, if we're talking about what you're taking for granted. I think maybe you're taking for granted your support system. Because sometimes when we have a lot of people with a lot of opinions and we have a lot of people that love us, we feel a little trapped. We feel a little confined and like, you know, they're all trying to tell us what to do all the time. But I think maybe this is telling you that, yeah, you might be taking them for granted a little bit. Ask for help if you need it. You have the support system. If you need to use them, you know what I mean? Like, use their support. So I don't really feel like this is you feeling trapped. I feel like this is like you need to let it go, whatever is going on in your mind. Maybe you're thinking you're not good enough. Maybe you're thinking you're not strong enough, but obviously you are. So you need to let it go, let things go, and get out of that mindset. So again, ask for help if you need help. Maybe you're feeling a little bit smothered, but don't write your family or your friends or your support network off just because you're feeling a little trapped. Okay. Give it a little bit of time, but they worry about you for a reason. They want to be there for you for a reason. So just know that, it's like when a mother smothers you too much with love and compassion and, it's just because they care. And then last we have the Adelita. This is no. This is night. Sorry. I get confused when it's a different language. So this is the Knight of Cups. Yes, because Madre is Queen. Adelita. So Page of Cups. So this talks, or Knight of Cups, excuse me. Goodness, it's starting to get late. Knight of Cups. So this talks about maybe putting your love life on hold. I feel like you're taking people's love for granted. Maybe you're putting your own romance on hold. Something to do with romance. Because the Knight of Cups, they are always romantic, chivalrous. They come bringing, a love proposal. So I feel like possibly there might be an issue with romance that you're taking for granted. Either you're taking somebody in your life already for granted that you have a relationship with, or, you're not putting yourself out there because you're too busy. And I feel like you'll have a really good opportunity if you, really put some energy into it, if that's what you want. So let's take a look at your Witch's Kitchen. That's what it's called. Witch's Kitchen Oracle. We have Sweetness and we have Reignite. Okay, I was just kind of talking about that. And reignite your strength as well. Wow. Light that fire again. Go get it. Go get it. Then we have Ground and Center. Well, hello, dog. Hello. Hi. Ground and Center with your Everyday Witch Oracle. And we have Go with the Flow. All right. So these are just reminders for you to maybe help you out here, ground and center. And then, not everything's going to go the way that you want it. So just make sure you just go with the flow. Know that it's okay for certain things to ebb and flow. All right. So let's take a look at the Sweetness card here, because I want to make sure I'm giving you the right information. Harness all your desires by adding some sweetness to your life. My sweet crystal power is irreplaceable when it comes to working with sugar, magic, and ritual and attraction spells. When you utilize my sugary charms and candy spells, I will magnetize all that you wish to allure, such as a lover, friendship, money, or beauty. Sprinkle me in nature to summon the elements, or burn a sugar cube to communicate with the spirits you wish to invoke. As I sweeten any culinary dish, I'll delight your tongue and entice your taste buds. When your mood turns sour, burn me to sweeten you up, or perform some sweetening magic to on another whose words have bitter edge. As you sugarcoat any situation, you are supported by the sweet smell of magic, which really will be the icing on the cake. So again, like I said, reignite that flame, because I think you're taking for granted either somebody special in your life, or that you're not going out and getting it because you're focusing too much on this. Okay. Whew, that's a lot. All right, guys. Let me double check and see if I see anything else. Again, if I don't mean to, I'm not like chastising, I'm just reminding about this taking for granted situation here. So take what you will, take what resonates, but don't hate the messenger. I'm just simply here to remind you, since it is the season of being thankful. So I think we're good. I think that's all I see for you guys. Okay. Let me know if this has helped you down in the comment section below. Make sure you tell me which group you chose so I know. And then if you have not yet subscribed, go ahead and do that as well, since I've got a lot more pick-a cards and oracle and tarot deck reviews, that sort of a thing. And also hit that notification bell if you have not done so already, because I don't have an upload schedule, and this way you'll never miss a video from me. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it, and you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Bye-bye. All right. Hello, group number 3. Last but not least, Smoky Quartz people. All right, we're going to start with what you are thankful / grateful for with your Everyday Witch Tarot. We have the Star, which is a card that talks about hope and divine guidance. We have Justice. Okay, so legal matters have gone in your favor, it seems, or karma justice. So that's fantastic. So you're grateful for things balancing out, right? Life has balanced out in your favor. Things have maybe calmed down a little bit, but you have gotten justice for some legal matters. Maybe, child support payments are coming through now, or, something to do with property, your property management, that's on your side now. Things I'm saying, they're messages to somebody. So I just say it. Whatever comes to me, I say, because it's supposed to be for somebody. So you have been grateful for hope, because I feel like with especially these two cards here together, you were holding out so long for some sort of justice, and you got it. You were, needing the guidance, you got the guidance, and the law and karma was on your side, is on your side. Then we have the Sun. Okay, so this is a card that talks about overall positivity, overall good. Like, this is the card that trumps all the other cards when we're talking about positive outcomes. Okay, this is everybody's happy, healthy. This is positivity in its purest form. Okay, so you are grateful for everything that has happened. You are grateful for your life. Like, you are a happy, happy person, especially right now. I mean, some of you too may have like just gotten over a like karma issue. Like, it could have been like past lives as well, because with the Sun card here and the Star card with justice in between like that, yeah, a few of you have just like gotten over your karmic debt for sure. Yeah, so that's awesome. And then we have the Page of Pentacles. This talks about learning, hardworking, just very much a go-getter, but being patient and practical. Okay, so slow success, slow progress. That's the word I want to say. So this is very much like a student card. So maybe, whatever the case may be, you're grateful for learning of something. So maybe you guys have learned a new skill, or a new job opportunity has presented itself to get you to this happy point. Then we have, oh, here it is, the Fool. So this is a new beginning. This is like being grateful for this brand new opportunity that you were given. So that kind of ties in together there. This is brand new opportunity. This is the first steps into this opportunity, baby steps. This is fantastic. This is like the start of your new life. So whatever you got out of this is the start of your brand new life, baby. Like, did you go get a new house? Did you quit your job because you won the lotto? Like, you are like doing you and doing you in the best way possible right now. Like, you started over and it's fantastic. And you're very, very grateful for everything. And then this moon card, this leads me to believe with this justice here, that secrets were somehow revealed. Like, normally this talks about secrets and like things are not always what they seem type of a thing. But with this justice card here and with how everything else is kind of playing out, I just feel intuitively that like things were revealed to you that made this case or made this karmic payout, I'll say, so much better. Like, things were discovered and like it broke the case wide open, right? Does that make sense? So you're very, very grateful for things coming to light, essentially. Maybe you're grateful for things that have been kept a secret. This also talks about wearing masks as well. So that could be a thing for you as well. And some of you, this is your intuition. This is talking about dreams and like you had an inkling of how it was going to play out and you just knew. So definitely intuition here I'm getting. So this could be you moving into a new life, a new happy, better life, and using, like, listening to your intuition more, right? Like you're gonna have to need to do that because like things played out the way you thought. Maybe you guys had deja vu, or maybe like you felt things were gonna go in your favor, especially with this star, this divine guidance here, like this hope. This is the card of hope. So yeah, so this is all that you're grateful for. Hopefully that made sense. Hopefully I hit the nail on the head for a lot of you there. Just know that if I didn't say a specific example, hopefully the card's meanings meant something to you. Let's look at your Herbcrafter's Tarot. These are cards that you, things you're not grateful for, that you're kind of, or I shouldn't say that you're taking for granted. That's what I want to say. So these have all been cards that have jumped out of the deck. I feel like those are the more accurate messages for you guys. I feel like with the pick of cards, that's what's been the most accurate that we've seen. So they're messages for somebody. So that's why some groups have more cards than others, just to let you know, just in case you're wondering. So we have 3 of Wands. We have the Hermit. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. We have the 5 of Swords. Wow, you have a lot of them. Okay, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Let's just move these down a little bit here. Okay, Wheel of Fortune. The High Priestess, I was just talking about intuition. 2 of Wands. And the 9 of Cups. Okay, so automatically, you guys are taking your intuition for granted. Automatically. You guys have dreams. You guys have dreams of things that are going to happen, or messages, things that play out, and you have that deja vu because you've dreamt of it. Okay? So, like, you need to use your intuition more. Okay? You're taking it for granted. Like, I feel like they're saying, whatever the messages I'm getting is like things could have been avoided had you listened, had you paid attention. Okay. So like things could have moved a little bit faster. Things could have like worked out maybe a little bit better had you listened. Like a lot of events in your life could have been avoided or prevented, but like you have deja vu for a reason because you dream about it. And so I'm going to put this out there. Get a dream journal. Okay. If you have dreams that you remember in the morning, write them down because they're messages, okay? I'm one that gets a lot of messages in my dreams. I don't really know right away off the bat what they're about, but then I'll have that deja vu moment, be like, oh yeah, that's what I was supposed to be paying attention to. Dream journals help because it might be a message, months from now for you. So just make sure you're listening and you're paying attention to what you dream. It's also just your intuition. Like, if you're walking down the street and suddenly you get pulled, you're like, oh, I need to go right instead of left, go right. Okay? Like listen to your intuition more. It's not in your head. Like you have a strong intuition, strong vibe. You need to use it. Like don't take it for granted. Going back over here, 3 of Wands, this talks about having the planning and the foresight. So again, I feel like this ties in with you guys not really listening to your gut and your intuition here, because things could have been planned out, and had you planned it or had you listened before, things could have happened a little bit quicker. So just realize that the 3 of Wands normally talks about planning things out, having foresight, and then having the benefits of reaping the success and the benefits from that. Okay. But I feel like you guys are also kind of taking the success from all of this for granted. So just remember that, like, as things get like more and more thrown at you with positivity, just remember like the hard times that you had to go through. Remember, you know, not everybody is as successful or well off as you. Like don't rub it in everybody's face is what I'm getting. Don't take it for granted. The Hermit, I feel like you're taking, you're not taking enough alone time. Or some of you might be taking too much alone time. So the Hermit talks about being introspective and being meditative with oneself, like really diving deep into yourself. So this is kind of like homework for you guys, really, with this intuition card here and this High Priestess card, the Moon and the High Priestess. Take some time to do some meditative work and to really figure out what's going on with your intuition. Sorry, just the light, because it's just like blinding. Okay, blinding on those cards. Oops. Well, anywho, so take some time to really get to know your intuition, to like really get meditative and deep and figure it out, because it's strong. Like you've got it strong and you're taking it for granted. So either you're taking too much alone time and you're not paying attention to what you should be paying attention to, or some of you are not taking enough alone time and you're not taking enough time to yourself to really get to know yourself and get to know your intuition. So the Page of Pentacles, this one talks about being, or this is Knight, excuse me. Knight of Pentacles, very practical, slow moving, hardworking individual. So maybe you're taking the hard work that you were doing for granted. Maybe you're taking your patience for granted. You're taking something for granted as far as hard work, dependability, or progress. So keep that in mind. Progress maybe of the intuition, or it could be just progress in your life in general. You have a new beginning starting out. So don't take for granted the fact that you can work hard and that you're going to have success regardless, but it might be a slow progression. Okay. 5 of Swords. This card talks about knowing when you have lost the battle. Like you can get back up again, but it's like not worth it to continue fighting the certain battle. So 5 of Swords. So this is knowing how to accept defeat, but you're taking certain defeats for granted, I feel like. So like, yes, you have won this, but what did you learn from like being knocked down a few pegs? What did you learn from the other things that you had to be defeated in? Don't take those events and that for granted, because that's what got you here. All right. You get knocked down, but you get back up again. All right. So just remember that, you know, it might be an uphill climb. You know, lots of things are, but that you're not losing the war. You've never lost the war, apparently. Okay. So don't take those little battles that you had to go through for granted. Wheel of Fortune. This is fate. This is luck. This is, you know, everything happens for a reason. Change fate. Don't take your fate for granted. Okay. you got here. Like, you are in like karmic justice mode right now. All right. You are in the best situation possible. You're starting a new life, no karmic debt, nothing. Like, you are free to be. You need to, revel in it and accept it. But also, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Obviously, don't take it for granted. You've worked hard to be here. Don't take it for granted. Some people would kill to be in your situation right now. So while you're reveling in the success and the newness of it, just remember, don't take it for granted. Like, you were meant to be here. Don't, let it go to your head, basically. And I've already talked about the High Priestess. So 2 of Wands. This is very similar to 3 of Wands. This is planning it out. This is a partnership, perhaps. So don't take for granted people in your life that have helped you get this far. Partnerships. Maybe it's your lawyer. I'm throwing that out there. Partnerships. This is like collaborations. So people in your life that have helped you, don't take them for granted. Obviously, if they're asking for handouts and, like if you've won the lottery and they keep asking and asking, like that's when you can be like, okay, no. But like the people that have really helped you out, like don't take them for granted. Don't take that planning for granted either. And the 9 of Cups, this talks about wish fulfillment. So obviously you got your wish granted in some way, shape, or form, whatever this is. And I can't even begin to imagine exactly what it is for each and every one of you that have picked this pile. But your wish has been granted. You have a new beginning and you're starting out clean, fresh slate. And it's, you're wild and fancy free. Everything's good. Don't take it for granted. Like it's a wish come true, right? So basically it's just reiterating the Wheel of Fortune. So then let's get into your cards here. So we have Blackberry, Invasive, and Ambrosia. So we're going to have to look at the definitions of those because I want to make sure I'm getting those right for you. This is Witch's Kitchen, and then we have Fire Magic. Yeah, you have a lot of wands here, by the way. A lot of fire energy. So working with fire to help you out with your intuition, a very, very good idea. So candles, candle, like looking into the flame, candle divination, that might be very good for you too. Taking a bath and lighting some candles around it, that would work too. And then transformation and change. So yeah, you are definitely going through a transformation and a change right now. So these are my confirmation cards for you there. And then let's look at Blackberry real fast. So somebody is desperate to be part of your life and could be pushing your buttons right now. Their invasive presence and blatant disrespect of your boundaries is making you feel uncomfortable. Neighbor disputes could be an issue for you as boundary lines are crossed, or maybe be fighting for personal space at work. Time to break free and free yourself from the entrapment and attachments of others and heal from anything that has causing you unease. Okay, so basically, yeah, this is what we're talking about with your karmic justice. So whatever justice, if it's legal, karmic, whatever it is, you're breaking free. So this is confirmation for that. You have a brand new life. You're breaking free. Okay. So exactly. Confirmation. And then ambrosia. So this is like food of the gods, right? So let me make sure. Allow me to add a little sweetness to your life as I help you out of a sticky situation you've fallen into. There we go. Hope. All right. I am food for the gods, the celestial nectar who has been worshipped for thousands of years by almost every culture for my amber-hued delights. Drizzle me over baked goods and stir me in a hot drink to eliminate the bitter taste you've experienced lately. Keep going. Your hard work will pay off. Yeah. Perfect. Longevity of your success. So again, more confirmation. So you guys, this is what I see for you. Just don't take your brand new luck and your change for granted. I I really see this as a great new opportunity for you. Take some time to really get to know your intuition, get to know yourself a little bit more with that Hermit card. Don't forget that, you know, there are divine things going on for you as far as guidance with that Hope card. So don't take it for granted either. And I think that's it. That's all I see for you guys. You guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving. If if this has helped you in any way, shape, or form, let me know in the comment sections below. Let me know which group you chose. And also, if you have not already subscribed, go ahead and do that as well, because I have a lot more coming and a lot more already on my channel. And if you have not yet hit that notification bell, go ahead and do that too, since I do not have a upload schedule yet. And this way you'll never miss a video from me. So happy, wonderful Thanksgiving. And I thank you so much for sticking around and for hanging out with me. All right, guys, you have a wonderful, wonderful time. I'll see you next time.